This is ID Refusal Pro, a series that analyzes real encounters between citizens and law enforcement to clarify public recording rights and lawful conduct during police interactions. Today's video takes place in Charlotte, North Carolina, where a citizen films near a petroleum facility and officers respond to a community call. The encounter raises questions about providing identification, badge number policy, and whether public recording is protected under the First Amendment and free from unreasonable demands under the Fourth Amendment. Let's follow the full exchange to see how the interaction unfolds.
Nope, I'm not causing that.
Watch what you're causing.
You see that right there?
I'm parked here because I'm talking to you.
You see where she parked?
Yeah.
She's out of the way.
No.
You parked in the way. I've stood here and watched several trucks come out here.
I'm
not causing this. No, this guy just pulled in. Uh-oh. Somebody called on me. Now, at least he's not blocking the drive like they did when Jeff came up.
How you doing, sir?
All right, how you doing today?
Good. May I ask why you're filming?
I just feel like it.
You just feel like it?
Yes, sir. Trying to find anything interesting going on. Can I ask you the name and badge number?
Petroleum Mitchell 5544.
5544?
So why are you filming the petroleum? So we got a call.
Okay.
That's why I'm out with you.
All right.
People are concerned about you filming the petroleum.
Just seeing what I can find interesting to report on, you know. You never know when you're going to get that video that's going to make you a lot of money.
Report to who?
Anywhere. I might sell it to a news agency if something interesting happens. You never know. Some of them news agencies pay pretty good.
Officer Mitchell approaches after a call about filming, immediately requesting the filmer's name, despite no stated crime, no reasonable suspicion, and no indication of a Fourth Amendment exception. The filmer lawfully asks for Mitchell's badge number, which is required under most department identification policies. Public recording of a petroleum facility remains protected under the First Amendment, and refusing to identify oneself is lawful when officers cannot articulate a specific offense. Mitchell's quick shift toward personal information raises questions about scope and authority. Should officers request ID without linking the demand to a definable legal violation?
Okay, well, you know my name. What's your name?
I don't give that out.
No,
it's against my policy. It's against my policy to give out my name.
Your policy? Who do you work for?
Me?
You work for you?
Yeah, sir.
I'm not a sir.
Okay.
So,
All right.
you don't want to give me your name?
No,
Why not?
because I don't want to. I don't like giving out my name. Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Oh, this is one of those Second Amendment guys.
Excuse me?
You're one of those Second Amendment guys, aren't you?
Second Amendment?
Yeah. Civil rights guys.
What's your name and badge number?
What's your info?
JP Gunning.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There you have it. What's yours?
What's your badge number?
P3703.
P3703.
Yeah.
Thank you, because that's your policy.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh. Is there something wrong with Second Amendment? You don't like the Second
Officer
Amendment?
Mitchell questions why the filmer refuses to provide his name, yet the filmer exercises a lawful ID refusal because no crime or reasonable suspicion has been articulated under the Fourth Amendment. Meanwhile, Officer P3703 immediately complies with policy and provides his badge number, contrasting sharply with Mitchell's pressure. The filmer's statement that giving his name violates his policy reinforces a citizen's right to withhold identity in a non-detention setting. Under Hybel v. 6th Judicial District, ID can only be required when a specific offense is suspected. Should citizens surrender their identity when officers ignore the legal threshold for demand?
You don't like the Second Amendment?
I'm not going to have this conversation with you.
Well, you're the one brought it up, though.
No, that's just who you are, though. I've seen your picture on the emails, so.
If you don't want to have the conversation, why'd you bring it up? I'm just curious on that one right there.
Because that's who you are, right?
You see me, my picture as a Second Amendment person, huh?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I find that very interesting. On an email, an official email. Do you remember what it says? Because I'm going to FOIA that and see what it says, because I'd like to know.
That's our personal knowledge.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but it's public record if it's in an email, official email.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see about getting that one.
Okay.
City of Charlotte's usually pretty good about giving out FOIA requests. They answer them pretty good.
So actually, I do have a question for you.
Okay, question. I might answer it, I might not. You never know.
Why?
Why what?
Why do you do this?
Why not?
Knowing that we have sergeants that look at our body camera.
Officer
And would-
P3703 labels the filmer as one of the Second Amendment guys and admits having seen the filmer's picture in internal police emails, creating immediate concern about data handling and potential police overreach. The filmer responds by invoking his right to request those records through FOIA, correctly noting that official emails are public records unless exempted. Such internal circulation of a citizen's image raises First Amendment implications when linked to lawful recording activity and also touches the Fourth Amendment if used to justify suspicion. Should law enforcement agencies maintain internal profiles of citizens who simply exercise protected rights?
And would report any violation to our internal affairs office. Why do you feel the need to come out and police the police?
You never know. You know, sometimes they attack you.
Now,
So if you got the email about me,
I've been doing this over 20 years, and I've never attacked somebody.
but if you got an email about me,
Yeah.
me personally,
Yeah.
you know I was attacked.
No, it doesn't
See?
give us that kind of information.
But I will
But-
grant it, it was not Charlotte Mecklenburg Police that did it.
Okay, I'm willing to listen
It
though,
was-
real quick.
It was G4S that did it.
Down at the transit center.
See, if you know me, you know what happened then.
Actually, but you know how many emails I see in a day? So fill me in. G4S attacked you at our transit center?
Yeah, we'll see. It's all. I got to keep all that in under wraps because there's going to be a big court case about that. Really big one.
Okay. Do I have to wait? Because
Well, I'm going to do a report on that. And
I don't watch the news that much, so
I'm going to do a report on that.
can you just fill me in,
And
sir?
all of it will be on a report.
But
And
really,
when I do the report, I'm sending it to Charlotte City
okay.
because I've already got G4S's contract, and they breached the contract several times. So.
Officer Mitchell questions why the filmer polices the police, arguing that supervisors review body camera footage and report misconduct internally. The filmer counters with a serious claim. He was previously attacked during a separate incident involving G4S, and that experience motivates his continued recording. His reference to an upcoming court case underscores the role of the First Amendment in documenting government actors and the public's right to monitor them. Mitchell's insistence that internal review is sufficient ignores the constitutional value of citizen oversight. Should public accountability rely solely on internal affairs, or does citizen recording serve an essential check on government
Several
power?
times. So. And their contract ends in October, and then they've got city has an option of renewing it for a year. I'm gonna see about stopping that renewal. That's my plan now since I was attacked by them.
Let's see what you're causing.
Nope, I'm
Austin,
not causing that.
Watch what you're causing.
You see that right there?
I'm parked here because I'm talking to you.
You see where she parked?
Yeah.
She's out of the way.
No.
You parked in the way. I've stood here and watched several trucks come out
You're
here.
the
I'm
cause,
not.
though.
I'm
You're
not
the
causing
cause.
this. No,
You're the cause.
that's projection. That is projection. There's
You're
plenty
the
of
cause.
places for you to park where they could have got through, but you refused to do that. You'd rather
But
park
if
in the
you
way.
weren't here doing this, we wouldn't be out here.
She didn't park in the way. She did not park in the way. You parked in the way. You caused it, not me.
You did.
No.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
That's projection. That is
what?
pure projection.
Projection?
Your projection, your flaws on me.
My response.
That
to
is your
you-
flaw that you parked in that driveway when there's all kinds of
It's
other
not a
ways to
flaw,
park.
sir. It's not a flaw.
It is a flaw.
I have a question.
But anyway. good.
Question.
Officer Mitchell blames the filmer for causing the problem when a truck cannot pass, yet the filmer points out that Mitchell's patrol car is the one blocking the driveway, while the second officer parked legally. The accusation is met with a firm rebuttal. The filmer calls it projection, a tactic where blame is shifted onto a citizen who has committed no crime and triggered no Fourth Amendment justification. Traffic obstruction caused by police positioning raises concerns about police accountability and proper use of authority. Should officers fault a citizen for obstruction when their own vehicle creates the hazard?
Did you come out here to start filming because you knew we were gonna get a call on you?
Nope, I was hoping you wouldn't call. Nobody would call. I was hoping nobody would call. Is what I was hoping for. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Now, have I done anything illegal? Have I broken any laws? Okay, so no. So it wasn't me. So it wasn't me that caused it because I broke no laws. I did nothing wrong. Did I do anything wrong? Did I do anything illegal? Did I break any laws? And he could have parked anywhere else except for right there. Well, I spoke too soon. The lesson was not learned. And he's still blocking traffic. I appreciate everybody that viewed this. Appreciate all the thumbs up. And I appreciate the likes. Appreciate the comments to help the algorithm. And I'm gonna see if I can send this video to Jeff. Well, he can get it off my page, my channel, whatever you call it. He can see what happened. But they didn't learn. His education just did not sink in, man. It did not sink into him. All right, well, like, subscribe, share, comment, hell, yell at me, I don't care.
Officer Mitchell repeats the suggestion that the filmer expected a call, yet the filmer firmly responds that he hoped no one would contact police. He emphasizes that he has broken no law, committed no crime, and violated no standard that would justify detention under the Fourth Amendment. Mitchell never identifies a statute or actionable offense, reinforcing the filmer's assertion of lawful conduct protected by the First Amendment. As the officers leave, the filmer concludes that they didn't learn and thanks his viewers. Should officers continue pressing suspension when they cannot articulate any legal basis for enforcement? Officer Mitchell shows inconsistent grounding in First Amendment recording rights and offers no Fourth Amendment basis for suspicion, earning a C for unclear authority and misplaced blame. The filmer demonstrates a strong understanding of ID refusal, public record rights, and lawful questioning, though his tone escalates at moments, placing him at a B. This encounter reinforces that ID refusal remains lawful when officers cannot cite a definable crime or statute. Viewers should rely on clear constitutional standards. Stay calm, request badge numbers, and assert rights without obstruction. For deeper guidance on ID refusal, follow ID Refusal Pro and support the original channel to continue learning how the law protects lawful public recording.